A 186-member charter group from Philadelphia received a stellar Grand Bahama welcome today, but that's only after the Sunwing flight that they were on had to be diverted to the Linden-Pinland International Airport last night. The Transport and Aviation Minister, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, said the dispute was tied to long-standing issues with the air traffic controllers not receiving overtime pay. Jimenita Swain tonight has both sides of the story.
Transport and Aviation Minister Glenys Hannah Martin said that for several weeks there has been an issue between government and the air traffic controllers regarding overtime pay. But it seems the issue reached a boiling point last night when an air traffic controller took a position once he was off.
The Sunwing aircraft was scheduled to come into Freeport, and the officer on duty stated that he was off duty at 10 o'clock. When the aircraft, which was out of Philadelphia carrying 186 passengers, when it was about 15 minutes outside of Freeport, the advice went out to the pilot that no one would be there, shop closed, and as a result, the aircraft had to divert to Nassau with those passengers.
Hannah Martin said the Department of Labor continues to work with the government and the union to resolve the issue.
The Director of Labor is marshalling the dialogue. He's mediating. He's giving his advice on the matter. And there are a number of issues that were being discussed, and this was one of them. I'm sure he gave them certain advice. He gave us certain advice. If out of that process you feel aggrieved or you feel as if the strength of your argument is not being appreciated, you go to another state. This is industrial relations. The law sets out how you litigate disputes.
As to the fate of the employee and the way forward, Hannah Martin explains the next steps.
The matter is under full investigation by the Department of Civil Aviation, and I think they've requested reports. We want to do things in a way, if the government's understanding of the law, which is our advice, that they're entitled to give time off in lieu of pay, which General Orders says specifically in its language. If that does not apply in the case of this essential service, and if we should be doing something different, then if we know that, we will do so.
President of the Air Traffic Controllers Union, LaShawn Gray, said rerouting an aircraft was nothing new.
What I can say is that although the aircraft was en route, the controller was advised that the aircraft would be in there before 10 o'clock. The government of the Bahamas has decided that they would not compensate controllers for overtime, despite them having worked overtime all this time for years. The individuals have no problem with not being paid overtime. It's just that they're not willing to work the overtime. If you're not going to be paid for it, then really the best thing is not to work it. What would be important is that the officer that was responsible put in place the necessary things that would ensure that there would be a smooth and safe transition into the alternate airport of that aircraft.
Hannah Martin said Sunwing would have footed the cost of the overnight stay for its passengers who are now in Grand Bahama. Jimenita Swain, ZNS Network News.